subtle notes of a cherry chapstick, notes of middle school homecoming dance, notes of stolen manhood. And welcome to another beautiful day in the beer garden in front of the Grand Fig and the fireless pit. And if you're here because you like beer, please do me a favor and tap that subscribe button down below, because I have low self-esteem and probably low T. And anyway, approval from strangers on the internet makes me feel a lot better about myself, and I appreciate it. Hey, also, I'd really love to know what town and state or town and country where you are viewing from. Tell me in the comments below. As a matter of fact, I made a note on the back of my sold-out A Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review coaster set. Shout out to Wichita, Kansas, checking out the brew review, Meadville, Pennsylvania, Eustis, Florida, and Seward, Alaska. Thank you for checking us out. And thank you for that super thanks also. I really appreciate your views, sub, and support. But super thanks, check this out. It's that thing down below with the heart in it. Well, it's a heart shape with a $sign in it. And essentially that's just a little donation. It's like a tip jar. Super thanks. Anywhere from like $1 to whatever you feel is appropriate. We turn that money right back into more beer and gear for this channel. So I appreciate your super thanks. All right. Up this round on the brew review. You guys like to see me suffer. Good thing I have a sense of humor about it. It is Samuel Adams Cherry Wheat Ale, brewed with Michigan cherries, clocking in at 94.7% water, 23 IBUs. If you're new to beer drinking, IBU stands for International Bittering Units. The lower the IBU, the less bitter it is, the higher, the more bitter it is. So, you know, if you're not familiar with this channel, welcome. But I've got a couple of big problems right off the bat with this. First off, wheat beers I don't like. It really sort of goes against my German heritage for not liking wheat beers. You know, I should be DNA locked in on wheat beers. But there's just something about wheat beers I don't like the mouthfeel. It never seems to get cold enough. I don't find wheat beer enjoyable. Also, I don't know if it's the wheat or something Sam Adams has in their brewing process. I must be slightly allergic to it. My ears start to get red, and I just don't find the Sam Adams brews enjoyable experience. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. Before we get into this brew review, I'm going to be rating this out of 5 stars. How good a brew is it? Notice I didn't say cheap. For some reason, Sam Adams, a 6-pack of cherry wheat, ran me $10.99. I can find solid import beers cheaper than that, and they taste typically better than the Sam Adams beers. Anyway, we're going to be drinking, of course, out of the sold-out Green Label A Beer Snob's Cheap Brew Review pint glass, to be complemented by the OG, the original leather patch trucker cap. So let's go ahead and pop the top, see what we got. In case you went to public school like me and aren't good at math, I mentioned it was 90, what was it, 90, what did I say, 94.7%? That's 5.3% alcohol. Let's go ahead and give it a pour. I thought the red label of the Sam Adams would go nicely in complementary contrast to the green label of the pint glass. There we go. It is a beautiful day here in the beer garden. They were calling for thunderstorms all day. You see thunderstorms? Heck no. This is nice. What I did see earlier in the beer garden was a gigantic raccoon. There was a big raccoon out just beyond the Grand Fig over there. The thing was like the size of a small dog. I had to look it up about raccoons in daytime. You know, do I need to get the gun? But they said, according to the internet, said that it's not unusual to see raccoons out and about in the daytime, as long as they're acting normal. And I don't know what a raccoon's supposed to be normally acting like. It was walking around, then it kind of slinked back off into the shrubbery. So I don't know. Wasn't frothing at the mouth, and it wasn't biting its own tail. So I guess it's all right. So just keep an eye out there. You may see the raccoon in the beer garden. All right. Enough of that. Let's go ahead and give it a nose, shall we? A nose. Town and state, town and country where you are watching from. Thank you for tapping that super thanks. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm encouraged. I'm not punched right in the nose like I am with some brews that have a fruit flavoring in them. Now, this says, excuse me, a lot of pollen flying around here in the beer garden as well. Now, this says wheat ale brewed with real cherries with honey and natural flavors added. Well, natural flavors means not natural. It says real cherries, okay, and honey. Interesting. Now, I think that's why the cherry aroma is rather subtle or subdued, because it is real. It's not all jacked up and just doesn't really hit you. Yeah, you get that subtle notes of a cherry chapstick, notes of middle school homecoming dance, notes of stolen manhood. If you're seen drinking this, perhaps. I don't know, perhaps. All right. Okay, time for the liquid to hit the lips. Thank you for your super thanks. And it's a beautiful day here in the beer garden. Cheers. Weird mouthfeel. Weird mouthfeel. That's what she said. All right. Well, it's definitely a wheat beer. I get that soft, sort of fuzzy wheat kind of feel to my mouth. The good news, and according to the bottle, the combination of cherries from the Great Lakes and a touch of honey balances the red fruit character with a slight sweetness. Yeah. Adding wheat cherries creates, take two, nurse. Adding wheat creates a smooth, light-bodied beer. A delicious treat for any occasion. You get that cloudiness, typical with a wheat beer. It is sort of light in taste. The cherry is subtle. I'm not a big fan of cherries either. I probably should have mentioned that. But it is a little bit of sweetness in there. And no malt. If there is, I'm not detecting it. And if any sort of bitterness exists, it isn't hoppy. What would it be? 23 IBUs on that? That sounds sort of generous to me. The IBUs seem a lot less. So I don't like a lot of IBUs, even though occasionally I'll pound IPAs or it just depends on my mood. I'm not usually a hoppy beer kind of guy. If it's done right, I'm all in, and this is okay. All right, I'm gonna be rating this out of 5 stars coming up here in just a second. Thank you for your super thanks. Thank you for letting me know your town and state or town and country where you are viewing from. For drinking one, and do they have this on tap? I'd be interested to try it on tap. I don't know. For one and done, it's tolerable for me. I really can't see drinking like more than 2 in a setting. If you like Sam Adams, you'll like cherry wheat. If you don't like Sam Adams, you probably won't like it. If you like fruity beer, yeah, you'd like it because it definitely checks off as a fruity beer. But again, it's not my bag, baby. Out of 5 stars, I'm going to rack you up with a 2.1. Maybe a little generous, but it tastes like decent quality. It's there. And again, they don't overdo it with the cherry. So I'm encouraged by it. 2.1. There you go. Out of 5 stars. It's a beautiful day. Here we're amongst the raccoon, the grand fig, and the fireless pit. So you grab yourself a brew and you drink that brew. Cheers.